Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Bethany. I'm an opera singer who has fallen for a lot of scams and has been part of MLMs, and now I'm here to call out the lies and manipulation. So if this is your kind of content, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you, and let's get into today's video.
Honey, I'm a perfect 10, whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to...
Just want to say, first of all, before we get into the content we're reacting to today, I am so grateful for all of you guys here. We've had some new subscribers this week. I'm so excited about that, and I just want to say I love reading your comments. I have commenters who are so thoughtful and interesting, and you guys say such insightful things in response to my videos and in response to the content, and your reactions are so interesting for me. We're gonna have to do a live at some point so I can see your reactions in real time as I'm reacting too. So a couple of you guys have suggested that. I would love to do a live. Let me know what a good time would be to do a live. Sundays, I generally don't have rehearsal, so maybe like a Sunday afternoon would be a good time to do a live. I also love how everyone commenting is incredibly kind, not just to me, which I appreciate. I love your compliments, but also no one is attacking or being cruel to the people that we're reacting to. And I know that on an anti-MLM channel, it can be really easy to get snarky. A lot of the behavior that these people display is a little bit unhinged, and there's a lot of brainwashing and manipulation and all of that stuff, but we're all calling out the behavior and talking about it in a very intellectual way, and nobody is being cruel or mean or attacking these people, which I think is really special. I think it's really special that anti-MLM people, when you're in an MLM, they're seen as haters and they just don't get it and they're trolls and all of these things, when actually anti-MLM people are some of the kindest, most compassionate people on the internet, and we're able to pull apart an argument and critique what someone is saying without attacking the person, and while still viewing the person as a whole human with feelings and someone who is maybe a perpetrator but also a victim and who is brainwashed. You guys, I forgot I had a microphone. Here's my microphone. It's pretty. It costs like $4 more for the purple one, but I have a vibe, okay? And then I also got some of that renter-friendly peel and stick wallpaper on Amazon, and I didn't realize that it was only going to be enough for that one section of my wall. So we're going to have a progression of the wall becoming more interesting over the next few videos, and I hope you like it. But anyway, I'm so excited to have you guys here. Today I want to react to... We have to finish up Holly. Okay, so I'm looking at a screenshot of Holly's story where she has, good morning. This is the text. Lean, scoochie. Lean plus fit plus hydrated every single morning. Lean peptides to quiet the food noise. Fit NAD plus peptides for lean muscle mass. Also, my hair is growing like crazy. Added bonus. Hydration at a cellular level to increase effectiveness of peptides. And then she has at the bottom these 3 sets of before and after pictures. Are these client results not insane? Sure. I mean, they're all from like November of 2024 to now, which does not tell you anything. like we talked about last time, you can't really measure a weight loss journey that's only been going on for 3 months, 4 months, and you're attributing it to these peptides, but you're doing a bunch of other things too. You're doing faster way to fat loss. You're doing intermittent fasting or carb cycling or all of these things. And like I said last time, food is the only thing that is going to achieve weight loss. Now, I just want to point out as well, that a lot of these Beachbody coaches who joined Make Wellness had their initial transformation from a Beachbody program, and then they are using some of those same before pictures and then using an after picture for how long they've been doing Make Wellness, which is so deceptive. And then secondly, these two women in these before and after pictures, you can just tell by the way their stomachs are that their before picture is a postpartum. So again, yeah, their stomach is where most of the weight has been lost, but that's not natural weight. That's pregnancy weight that they gained for pregnancy. That's not like someone who is living their life and gained weight, during COVID, or gained weight just in a stressful period of their life where they were indulging in food more. Like it's not really, and I know she's targeting postpartum women, but if you're doing this faster way to fat loss, like you're going to lose that weight. These peptides have nothing to do with it. It doesn't make sense. The peptides to quiet the food noise. I want you guys to chime in on this because I've heard a lot about food noise lately in the discussion about GLP-1s. Apparently, food noise is something that some people struggle with and some people don't. And one of the benefits of GLP-1s is that it quiets the food noise. It's this kind of like compulsion within you to eat more. It's not just like some people struggle with anxiety or depression or insomnia. Like it's something in your body that's just not quite having a normal reaction to food or appetite. And I do not believe that she has ever struggled with this. This is my opinion. It seems like she's jumping on the trend of talking about food noise. And I think it is something that a lot of people may relate to, even if they don't have issues with food noise. I don't believe, from what I've heard people describe it as, I don't think I have issues with food noise. I think I'm just a millennial woman who has struggled with body image and has a fraught relationship with food due to growing up in the 90s with the wrong food pyramid and being exposed to a lot of different fad diets and then being in Beachbody for 7 years. And I'm just now, in the last couple of years, finding something sustainable that has the things that I need, like vegetables and protein and all of those things, but also has room for treats. I think a lot of people, this is just my opinion, I think a lot of people are like, yes, I have food noise, because it's just, nobody really has a normal relationship with food. I think most of us don't, and I think it's just really easy to hop on these trendy buzzwords. And just like a year ago, it was like cortisol. It was like, oh, my cortisol must be high because I'm stressed and I have a hard time losing weight. And I'm like, or it's just hard to lose weight. Like, unless you've gotten a panel done, your cortisol is probably normal. Whenever I see somebody say that on TikTok, like, here are ways to lower your cortisol, I'm like, most people probably don't have issues with their cortisol. Like, you actually need it. You need it to spike sometimes. It's healthy. It can tell you when you're in danger. Not all these hormones are bad. And I'm not an endocrinologist. I'm not a hormone expert. But just from watching other, people who are comment on this stuff, it just seems like we all freak out about things. But it's really just that we all probably have our own food issues because the world is messed up and our food is just, we've all been exposed to fad diets. We've all been exposed to hyper palatable processed foods, and it can be really confusing to like figure out our relationship with food, and it's really easy to blame something external. So that's my little rant on that. But what do you guys think? I want to hear what you have to think. So this fit, like the muscles, like the peptides for lean muscle mass. I just have to say she looks exactly the same as she always looked in Beachbody. She's always looked this way. She's not building any more lean muscle than she ever has. If you're trying to build muscle, lift weights and eat protein, like they're trying to overcomplicate this so they can sell you something. Like there is nothing new under the sun. Okay? Like, if you want to build muscle, lift weights and eat more protein. And if you need more instruction than that, if you're having trouble with that, actually book a session with a personal trainer who can give you a personalized plan for your body to build muscle, and a dietitian that can help you with the food side of it. Like, these are the people who actually know what they're doing, not an MLM hun on Instagram. Not me either. Like, as a Beachbody coach for 7 years, I gave a lot of advice that I was not qualified to give. And so now I will just tell you, I can only give the general advice of don't take advice from an MLM hun. That's my advice on how to build muscle. How should I build muscle? Don't take advice from an MLM hun. How should I lose weight? Don't ask an MLM hun. Ask someone who is like a board certified personal trainer or nutritionist or dietitian. Okay. But yeah, as a general human, I don't believe there's anything more to say than like lift weights, eat protein. Hydrate. Hydration at a cellular level to increase effectiveness of peptides. Drink water. Hydration is not complicated. Drink water. If you are doing endurance training where you're working out more than an hour, make sure you're adding in some Gatorade. I used to do distance running. I've done a lot of half marathons, and I did the Chicago Marathon one time. I did not become one of those people that has to do it every year. I did it once, and I'm like, now I can say I've run a marathon, and I'm done. It was really fun. It was a great experience. The Chicago Marathon is a really fun one. If you've never been, a lot of people come here to try to PR because it's flat. We're in the Midwest. It's very flat. It's like at sea level too. So, and there's something about, apparently the course is like really favorable. It's like a good course for runners. I don't know, something besides the flatness, like the way it's set up, the curves. I don't know. Anyway, people come out and they have all these signs. They get really creative. There are drag cheerleaders in Boys Town, and there are mariachi bands in Pilsen, and there are dragons in Chinatown, and there are just all sorts of fun things to look at. I didn't even have my headphones in when I ran it. I had a couple friends in a running group that ran with me, and I had friends that like ran in like for a couple miles at a time, and it was really great. So if you ever decide to run a marathon, Chicago's a good place to do it. Okay, so the next picture we're looking at from her story says, it's a picture of her. If you're not looking, it's a picture of her, like her feet up on a table on her like porch. And it says, kids are at school and I am doing my morning routine in my new nature spot. Good for you. I don't care. A different view, but an oh so beautiful one as well. And I still have my morning birds singing to me. Okay, good for you. Who cares? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit salty. When they do the whole look how great my life is thing, it's like that life is paid for by your downline, and you're just trying to scam more people into paying for your lifestyle by making them think that they can have that too, and it really grinds my gears. Just a reminder that your dreams are just that, yours. You get to pivot.
Pivot! Pivot!
You get to create the one most beautiful life you want to live. I am happier than I have been in years. You know how you can tell when someone's happy when they constantly scream, I'm so happy! I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm so happy. I'm living my best life. I'm happy. Don't you believe me? I'm so happy. I finally feel at home. And while few understand, that is okay. She also chose this white font on top of her really light like trees, and it's really hard to read. Who is running her social media? She is, and she's not very good at it. Okay, actually, she is good at it. Her Instagram is very beautiful. Her main grid is very beautiful, but this is just a bad choice. If you understand, that is okay because it is my life, not theirs. And I hope you remember that for you too. Live your life for you. Do what makes you happy. For you, for your kids, for your team. For all the lives a happier you will touch. Okay. Yeah, you should live your life for you. She wants you to join Make Wellness so that you will live your life for her. If you are in the downline of someone in an MLM, you are supporting their lifestyle. You are not pursuing your dreams. You are working for their dreams. The odds of you, we have the odds. We have the odds of you achieving their level of success, and they are less than 1%. I know because I was in like the top, at least the way Beachbody did rankings, allegedly, I was in like the top 1%. But I was like, when you look at the disclosure statement, like 1 star and above, that was me. And I was not making, I've told you what I've made. It's not very much. I struggled for years, and all I got was supporting my upline, like making her life better, contributing to her paycheck, making her elite year after year. So she got those elite points and the elite trips and the elite perks and the quarterly bonuses and stuff. And I, lost years I could have been in the workforce, contributing to a 401k, feeling like a lot less nervous about my financial future, to be honest. And I'll never get those years back, So yeah, live your life for you. Don't join an MLM. And then this whole idea of people don't understand, like people don't get it, all this stuff, that's a manipulation tactic. That is so that you will not listen to people like me who are telling you from experience that this doesn't work. This is a bad idea, that you should get out. If you are in one, you should get out. Cut your losses now. Don't keep thinking, oh, if I just keep going, I'm going to be living that life. I'm going to have my own little like gorgeous front porch and like my beautiful house and my beautiful kitchen and all the things that she has. It's not going to happen for you. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen for you. And if it happened to, it would be at the cost of hundreds, if not thousands of other people suffering. Is that how you want to build your wealth? Off of other people suffering? Do you want to manipulate them and gaslight them and make them feel like it's their fault when the system is designed for them to fail? Because that's what Holly does. So if you want her life, but even if, the odds are you're not going to achieve it. If you didn't get in early, and even with Make Wellness, it's already too late. You can't get in early at this point. Unless you already have a huge following or you have a post go viral, you're not going to achieve her level of success. And if you do, it's at the expense of others.
This room will be together. That's not gonna be today. So I get a lot of questions about my workouts and like the nutrition plan. And you guys know, I think I switched 2 months ago. It was in December. I was really looking for a new fitness platform and for a new nutrition program that supported carb cycling, but also hormone health, because I went on my big hormone.
We're not looking for a new fitness program and a new nutrition program. You were looking for a new multi-level marketing company that you could bring your downline to because Beachbody went affiliate. Holly, you would not have switched to Make Wellness if Beachbody had not gone affiliate. Let's be real honest about that. All of these Make Wellness huns being like, oh, I was having problems with my hormones and I wasn't quite feeling. No, you were singing the praises of Beachbody. You were trying to recruit people into Beachbody. You were acting like Beachbody was the best thing ever. All the stuff she says about the peptides, she said about Shakeology. She said about Beachbody collagen. I forgot to mention on the last one where she talked about how her hair's been growing like crazy. Everyone would say that about Shakeology because there was biotin in it. Who knows how much, but biotin is one of those things that can help your hair grow, but you can get it at Target. It's not crazy. I take a hair thing from Target and it did make my hair get thicker and it was great. At least anecdotally. Honestly, who knows? But it's always this miracle product. It's always this thing that is it quiets food noise, it builds muscle, it helps you get rid of fat, it makes my hair grow, it makes me sleep, it makes me wake up, it makes me poop. It's there's a different product for each thing. It's they are just now essentially robots. They can't do anything. They have to put in the supplement to make their body do the thing. It's did your body work at all before you joined this MLM? Oh, I need my Energize to wake up or whatever they call it in Make Wellness. And it's my go-go mom juice. And then I need my workout, and then I need my collagen to make my hair grow and my nails grow, and then I need this other thing to build muscle, and this other thing to help my body recover, and this other thing to make me poop, and this other thing to make me go to sleep. And it's like, sure, some of us may have issues with one or all of those things chronically or occasionally, but there's no way that you just like couldn't function as a human at all before these make wellness products, especially when you were saying all the same things about Beachbody products. I'm sorry if my voice got real squeaky there, but sometimes it gets squeaky.
On health journey this past summer. And so my previous program,
she went on a hormone health journey because likely she was in the Belle Vitale test group. And that is why she's saying, oh, I went on a hormone health journey. And now it's suddenly like selective history or whatever, erasing Beachbody from the narrative because she's like, hormone health is something I moved to make wellness for. And it's like, no, you bought Belle Vitale. All these MLM huns talking about hormone health. I hated it when Belle Vitale was announced. I still hate it, even though Beachbody is no longer an MLM. Sidebar. We're going to keep reacting to this, but sidebar. I know I said a few weeks ago when I was reacting to Amy that now that Beachbody is affiliate, like, oh, maybe I'll go back and like get some Energize or some of these things that I miss. And I have decided I just can't. I still don't support what they're doing with Belle Vitale. I don't support the container system or 2B mindset. I think that they can both be guidelines, and there's maybe some good like tips or some good like bones to those nutrition programs, but they're both too restrictive and encourage compulsive behaviors, encourage behaviors that I think are very dangerous for a lot of people. And ultimately, I just was like, I can't give Carl Deichler any of my money. I can get Energize. I can get other protein bars. Those were the two things. It was Energize and Beach Bars that I missed. But I'm like, I can still get a very similar thing. And I missed Shanti. I just, I liked Insanity when I did it. It was really fun. But I found Les Mills Grit is like almost identical to Insanity Max 30. So it's very similar. And there's just so many free workouts on YouTube. And there's lesser, like Les Mills does have a cost, but there's no like problematic attachments to that. So, that's the update there. I'm not going back, even though they got rid of the MLM. It's too much trauma for me as well. Like if I tried to turn on a Beachbody workout, I would just feel like I'm crawling out of my skin, like going back to the person I was when I was brainwashed and when I had body dysmorphia and my body was never good enough and I was just always trying to get that much skinnier. I can't be that person. I can't go back. I was doing a YouTube workout and I even had it muted. I was playing my own music and like one of the people like pulled up his shirt and like on the screen it says, "We do it for the abs." And I was like, I turned it off. I was like, no, I can't do this. I'm doing somebody else. Like I liked the workout. It was like similar to Core de Force. It was like a kickboxing style workout. And I was just like, I can't do that. Like in the year of our Beyonce 2025, I do not want personal trainers or fitness people on my screen saying we do it for the abs and showing off their six packs. I don't want it. I don't want it. Just like if you want to get a six pack, good for you. She's going to talk about carb cycling. I have tried carb cycling. I know that if I ever wanted to get a six pack, that is what I'd have to do. It's the closest I've ever gotten to having visible abs, and I hated myself. I was miserable. It's awful. I hate it. If you like it, good for you. I hate it. I hate carb cycling. Okay, let's get back into this.
You guys get my carb cycling playbook. Like that is like carb cycling 101, like the basics of just like how I carb.
By the way, she is not authorized to make a carb cycling playbook. She's not a nutritionist. She's not a dietitian.
Cycle how I get over a new plateau, like lost the baby weight. But I wanted a more robust
Again, the only time she's ever needed to lose weight was losing baby weight. So to me, that doesn't count. You've never struggled with your weight. That's not normal weight struggling. That is having a fast metabolism, maybe having more discipline, being able to eat better. Like, it's not real. If the only time you've ever gained weight is when you've had a baby, then you haven't ever gained weight. Like, you haven't struggled with your weight. It's, in my opinion.
Plan, meaning that it could age with my clients. Hormone health, it's a thing. Like, it's a thing. And so this incorporates intermittent fasting. I just follow 12-12. I'm not like crazy intermittent fast.
You are not authorized to prescribe any type of meal plan and say that it helps with hormone health or it helps with aging. You're not even authorized to make a meal plan just for anyone in general. You're not a dietitian, you're not a personal trainer, you're not any of these things, and now you're trying to say it helps hormones. You are so unqualified for this.
It supports, I do less than 10 grams of sugar a day, low impact workouts, all of that. So I'm sharing all of this because this is all in one app. The workouts that I use, which are again, low impact, weightlifting for muscle gain.
I'm pretty sure that I have more than 10 grams of sugar in like my one like yogurt snack that I bring to work. I bring like a Chobani, like fruit on the bottom, Greek yogurt. And you know what? Like, that's a pretty healthy snack. There's sugar. There's sugar. I can't even imagine trying to eat less than 10 grams of sugar a day. That sounds miserable, especially if you don't like the taste of stevia. Like, that sounds miserable. Like, can you even have, like, how many grams of sugar are in an apple? I just looked it up. There are 19 grams of sugar in an apple, according to Google. Does she not eat fruit? Like, it's not, sugar is not evil. Like, I hate this demonization of food groups, like carbs in general, sugar in general. Like, there is nuance to this conversation. Like, some types of sugar are maybe not as great as like the sugar that's in fruit. But like, also, we are living in the darkest timeline. So if you need a freaking cookie, like, eat the cookie. And if you want to eat a low sugar diet, I support you in that too. But this really skinny woman with a 6-pack telling people to eat less of 10 grams of sugar per day, it just rubs me the wrong way. It just does. Let's be real.
Of course, that plus fit are a game changer if you are, late 30s, 40s in terms of gaining lean muscle mass while your hormones are kind of fighting against you in that way. And then it also includes the full nutrition plan. Next week, so you can purchase today and you get 1 week, $20. I was about to say
you cannot. The whole idea of, yes, as you age, it is harder to put on muscle. We all know that. It's a thing. You can't say this supplement that you sell, this Make Wellness Fit, is going to like help you gain muscle while your body ages and doesn't want to put on muscle. That is such a claim. I think we could report that to the FTC, right? Isn't that an outrageous health claim? I feel like we can report that to the FTC. I feel like that she should not be allowed to say that. She should not be allowed to say that her supplement like helps with the aging process. That just doesn't seem, that seems egregious. Even for an MLM, I have to say that, I mean, this is giving Elise Joan all these, this is a thing that, I feel a tangent coming on. The whole anti-aging thing, we've talked about it. Now, these MLM huns who got in early in like the early 2010s as new moms, and they preyed on all these other new moms and stay-at-home moms, and, this whole crowd when they were all new moms, it's like, I want to stay home with my babies and blah, blah, blah. Now they're targeting that demographic again, retargeting them by being like, okay, now we're all perimenopausal, so I'm going to hit all those pain points of being perimenopausal and make all these promises for how you can like fight your body's natural processes. But it just seems really shady and gross to me. And again, like we are supposed to age. It's not a failure. It's not something to be ashamed of or to pour thousands of dollars in to fight. Just lift weights and eat protein. Don't buy her thing. The supplement industry in the United States is completely unregulated. If you want a deep dive on that, listen to the Dream podcast. I believe it's season 1 is all about MLMs. Maybe it's season 2 that's about supplements, and then season 3 is about life coaching. It is my catnip. I love the Dream podcast. There are a lot of commercials, but you know, I love that podcast. It's all the things that I love.
It's like it's free. Full access to the app. So when you sign in, it will help you calculate your custom macros based on if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain muscle, if you're in maintenance. So like that in itself is worth $20.
This is another thing that I wanted to say. Okay, so first of all, as she's talking, if you're listening, you can't read what's on the screen, but it says, there's text on the screen that says, you can get full access to every single feature for $20. These workouts are okay emoji, and nutrition is getting my clients insane results. This is teaching you weight loss for life. So when you were selling 21 Day Fix, when you were selling Fix8, when you were selling 2B Mindset, that actually wasn't giving them weight loss for life. This one is now. I'm pretty sure this is Faster Way to Fat Loss again. And if your clients are having insane results, it's because there's a calorie deficit in this program. It's not because of your stupid Make Wellness supplements. It's because there's a calorie deficit. And intermittent fasting, it works for some people, sure, but it's very lifestyle dependent. And if you can't fit that into your lifestyle, it's not going to work for you. Carb cycling is very difficult. I already mentioned, I think it's really hard. It makes me a miserable person. A lot of these things actually aren't sustainable for life, but learning what is sustainable for you is something you can do for free on your own or with the help of a registered dietitian who actually knows what they're talking about and is not selling you like quick results, gimmicky weight loss, and a bunch of supplements you don't need, getting in your head, getting fear about the aging process and being perimenopausal or menopausal. It's all bad. Bad for your physical health, bad for your mental health, bad for your financial health. Like just say no. Just say no.
To have it walk you through your custom macros. And then you can literally click and be like, create a custom meal plan for me. And it'll create your full week custom meal plan for next week, which again, for $20, it's not only the meal plan, it's all the recipes. And if you're like, my family doesn't like that one, you can swap it out.
Okay. I mean, that sounds really good. I realized I forgot the rant that I was going to say when I stopped earlier. It's only $20, so it's basically free. That is such a privileged take. I can't even, and this is something that I have run into in the past with being in an MLM. Everything is necessary to your business and everything is worth the cost because it's only this much, which is almost nothing. And wouldn't you pay that to have the life of your dreams? And so you keep spending money not only on products for your MLM, but on like specific personal development programs. Like I know Beachbody had their Brendan Burchard app that they were shilling in the last year before they went affiliate. And that wasn't super expensive, you know. They're like, oh, well, you need a life coach. Oh, you should do this program from this coach, from this person. And you're doing all of these things. And these little costs add up. And everything is non-negotiable for the success of your business. And then the people at the top say things like, well, it's only $20, so it's practically free. And someone who is at the very end of their budget literally doesn't have $20, literally doesn't have $10. Here's some tea for you. I remember in 2018, we were in Thailand and there were 4 of us Beachbody coaches there. And 2 of them were on like sidelines with me kind of somewhere, and still good friends today actually. And they were both military wives. And Moira, who we looked at before, had made her own calendar planner thing. And I think it was $17 or something. And everyone on the team was, all the leaders, all the top people were saying how you have to buy this. Essentially, like, it's only $17. That's nothing to get the life that Moira has. And they were like, this is a non-negotiable for your business. It's only $17. You have to invest. If you won't even invest $17 in your business, you must not care. And that's why you're not successful. It's so poisonous, all this stuff. But these 2 moms who were on this trip with me, they were like, they had teams of military spouses as well. And they were like, $17 actually is a big deal to a lot of us. And a lot of people, if they want to spend that $17, they have to wait, for the next paycheck, or they might just not have it in their budget. The military only gives them a certain amount of money. A lot of these military spouses have to make a little go a long way, and they have kids to feed, and it's just a whole thing. And it's just an example of how out of touch the top people are when you just say something like $20 is practically free, when for a lot of people, $20 can be a big deal, can be the difference between their kids eating or not. So, and then, her saying that took me back to that moment where we all were feeling, little thumbs up came up there on the screen. It was 2018, so yeah, it would still be a couple more years. It was the end of 2018. I left in 2021, so it'd still be a couple more years before I left. But that was definitely a moment where the shine started to wear off, and we all started being like, just those first glimmers. It can take, if you have a friend, if you know someone in an MLM, it can take a while. It's a little bit of cracks forming. When I look back, I think of it as I was in a boat and a leak started forming, and I patched up the leak, and it was fine for a while. And then 2 more leaks started, and I go to patch those up, and then the original one starts leaking again. And then your boat, all these leaks start, they start coming up, and suddenly you're in water and your boat is sinking, and you're like, oh, I'm in a scam. But it happens gradually. So if you have a friend or a family member who's in an MLM and you want to get them out, just affirm them and encourage them. When they do have a thought, our leaders all told us to buy this $17 planner. By the way, that planner is just the same crap that every Beachbody coach uses, just slightly rearranged. She basically plagiarized the business activity tracker and added some frills and made it look pretty. It made no difference to my business. And yes, I did buy it. So Moira, who was already extravagantly wealthy, made a bunch of money off of struggling MLM participants across all of Beachbody, because she could sell her planner to everyone, not just the people in her downline. So vultures, all of them.
Wow. It also has the AI tool where I literally take a photo of my food and it tells me the macros and inserts it. It is everything. And this is what my 6-week program is based off of. So if you've been thinking about doing the 6 week, but you're I just want to try it, it's $20. It's it's free. It's everything. Macros, workouts.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Having done a macros plan, which is what Fixate is, trying to stay in the macros, trying to stay under 10 grams of sugar, I smell a lot of really complicated recipes in your future if you use that AI. I smell a lot of fake sugar tasting stuff. I smell a lot of gaslighting you into thinking that you're not committed enough because you wouldn't invest the $20, or, oh, you just found it to be too hard, when really it is too difficult to fit into your life. Like you need something easier. You need easier recipes. You can't make your own Thin Mints like a freaking trad wife like on TikTok. Like it's just, that is what they make it sound like. It's so easy and it's life-changing and it's like it's everything, and you get into it and it's way more complicated. It's way more restrictive. It's way more labor intensive than you think it's going to be. That is how it is. Okay, so this Instagram story picture has a picture of her working out, and it says, they said, you'll never get your body back after baby, down 50 pounds postpartum. You've heard my opinion on that. They said, you can't lose the weight while breastfeeding, breastfed 3 kids for 2 years each. Good for you. I have heard, I don't have children, but my friends who are moms have all told me that breastfeeding burns a lot of calories and actually makes it easier to lose the baby weight than if you're not breastfeeding. Even though you do have to eat more calories because you're producing milk, it burns so many calories. So that is what they have told me. You can chime in with your 2 cents. But also I've had friends who breastfed who also just struggled to lose the baby weight because they were people who struggled with their weight anyway, whether or not they were pregnant. So, okay, sorry I made that little smug face, but when you're dealing with this, sometimes I get a little smug. They said, you can't eat pizza or ice cream. I decided to teach women how to lose weight while eating the foods they love. Prove them wrong. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, from looking at her reels and all her recipes and stuff that she shows on her page, that you don't actually teach women how to lose weight while eating the foods they love. You have your own pizza recipe, your own ice cream recipe that's like bananas and protein powder, like frozen bananas and protein powder and almond milk or whatever in the blender. That's not ice cream. Like, it's fine. If you want to do healthy alternatives and you want to do that stuff, that's fine. But the way she's advertising it is deceptive, because I've done all these things, and it's like when Beachbody was saying, eat more dessert, and it was all these like Shakeology desserts. Like it's not real indulgent foods. And even when I was in Beachbody, I was like, I tried making like these sweet potato brownies, or I tried making the Shakeology ice cream and all this stuff. And I, at one point, even when I was still fully brainwashed, fully in it, I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to eat regular ice cream and just like that. I'd rather have like a small amount of real ice cream. I'd rather have a day where I just like eat real pizza. And I live in Chicago, so pizza is like a whole thing here. I would rather just have the real thing and just not have it every day. And that works better for me. But like, you twist yourself into knots trying to make all these healthy versions of things. And honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference, honestly.
I'm on my walking pad because I just had like a morning of the most amazing calls. So one of the calls was with a new affiliate just joining my peptide team. We actually worked together in Body, like 8 years ago. And then she was like, you know what? I'm not going to be on Facebook anymore. This business model just doesn't really align. And when I switched to Make, she tried them. She was like, well, this is insane. And I was like, you just share it. She was like, yeah, I've already been sharing it. My mom's seen results and my sister's seen results. And she's like, so I might as well make some money. I'm like, yeah, exactly. And she's like, such a boss.
They're just having the peptides. They're not doing your intermittent fasting book. They're not doing faster way to fat loss. They're not doing carb cycling. They're just doing the peptides. And that's the only difference. Like, I doubt it. Also, I'm so sad that this woman saw that Beachbody wasn't right for her, saw that the business model wasn't right, but now she's changed her mind and she's joined Make. Like, maybe she thinks she's getting in at the top of the pyramid or something. I don't know. But again, Holly, she's not an affiliate. You're not an affiliate. You guys are in an MLM. You're multi-level marketing. Yeah, her caption also says, mentoring a brand new affiliate and one of our top leaders today. All things reverse engineering income and personal branding. So freaking fun. Okay, I will tell you this does not work. They do this in MLMs. I did this in Body too. It's like, we're going to reverse engineer your goals. So you want to be a 5-star by next year, then we're going to reach 2-star by this point, and you're going to open your second business center, and you're going to how are we going to reach that goal? And then you break it down and like, okay, so then this month's goal is this, so that like a year from now you can be at this rank or whatever. And these are your benchmarks from now until that year point. And it doesn't work because the business model is not designed for more than a very, very few people to have success. So it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how you plot out or reverse engineer your goals. It doesn't work. And it makes you feel like you have a plan. And if you just follow that plan, you'll be successful, but you won't be successful because it's not up to you. It doesn't freaking matter how hard you work at all.
So anyway, so that was really fun. And then I had a call with one of the top leaders on my team, and she's getting ready to take her family to Disney on the 21st through like the end of the month. So she's like, I need to hit end of month goals now. And I'm like, let's reverse engineer how to do it. And so we got to do that. Reverse engineer strategy. How many customers does she need to hit certain goals? And what does her marketing and messaging look like? So just an amazing morning of masterminding with Boss. So then I just got off a call with Molly. So Molly owns
This goes on to the next Instagram story, but in what business are you like, I just got off this great Teams meeting with my coworkers and we were just masterminding and like we're so on fire to hit our company goals. Like we have goals at my workplace and we have team meetings about once a month and we go over strategies to achieve our goals. And I never tell anyone about it really. I'm telling you about it now, but I'm not even telling you what we talked about or anything like that because this is not normal. Like you have your work goals and maybe you're even excited about a work goal and you're really like passionate about it and you get drinks with a friend and you're like, yeah, this is what I'm working on at work and I think I'm going to like, close this sale and have a big commission. And they're like, yeah, that's awesome. Good for you. Like, what are you going to spend it on? Like, should we take a trip? It's just like, you don't talk about it on your Instagram story. This is not normal behavior. You are in a scam when you are in this behavior and you're trying to generate FOMO. If it was so great, if it truly was such a great opportunity, you wouldn't need to be talking about it on your Instagram all the time. Like you would be fighting people off. There would be a wait list. Like people would want to get in on this if it was actually that great of an opportunity. And that was another one of my leaks in my boat when I was starting to wake up. That leak happened. I was like, why am I struggling so hard to recruit people if this is so great? Like I thought it was so great. Like why am I struggling to recruit people? Why do I have to convince people? Like they should just be signing up. And that was a light bulb moment for me that this maybe is not so great.
In-person fitness wellness practice. And Molly, I met actually through another acquaintance, and she was like, look, there's only one of me, right? When you own in-person business, you are really trading your time for money, right? It's you have this many hours a day, you can make this much money. And she's not interested in scaling a big team, which...
You are absolutely trading your time for money for nothing in an MLM. You are on constantly. She's not getting paid to post this Instagram story. She's not getting paid to go on these calls with people. She only gets paid when she sells the peptides and when the people below her sell the peptides. She does not get paid for any of this like mentorship, masterminding. Whereas if you get a job and you are selling something, you have a base commission or you have a base pay that you get commission on top of. And if you advance and you become like a team leader or a manager and you conduct a team meeting or maybe like a one-on-one session with one of your top performers, you're getting paid. You have a salary. But in an MLM, you are trading so much time. And if you stop, that falls through. So she's acting like, oh, it's just going to grow. And yeah, there's only one of me. No, if your business grows, you hire people. That's how a business works. Like you hire employees when it starts to get to be too much for you. And that's why, as we all learned from The Office, you have to use a variable price cost model because as your business grows, your expenses also grow.
Also has extreme costs with that. And so I was like, you need to be helping your clients on their supplements as well, right? They come to you for results, give them the supplements that are like the easy button, that truly elevate their results.
So yeah, you're always on and if people below you decide to stop working, your whole organization can crumble. I have told the story before that I was in 2-star qualification, which means I had 2 diamonds, and I had to hold that rank for 6 weeks. And then once I finished holding that rank, I would be a 2-star diamond, and I could open up another business center under myself. So I could have I could recruit myself essentially and put people in there to double up my volume. And I was about a month in. I only had a couple weeks left. And one of my diamonds fell out of her rank because someone under her lost their emerald because someone under her skipped their Shakeology order that month, which made them go inactive. And that caused and I never hit that rank again. And that can happen. Your whole thing can crumble beneath you. So they act like this is so much better than owning your own business because there's only one you and you're always on and you have to keep track of all these things and do everything. You have to do that in an MLM anyway, and you have way less control. You don't get to choose your products. You don't get to choose the prices. You don't get to choose if people below you decide to keep buying their stuff or if they decide to leave, which I hope they do. If they decide to recruit, if the people under them and the people under them lose their rank, everybody lose their rank. It's like a house of cards. It's bananas.
And now you have a way to make residual income that doesn't require your time. So you're spending the time with clients, you're adding in products that get them better results, and you now have a way to grow and scale your income. And that was really life-giving. So if any of you are fitness professionals, whether in the online space or in person, we should chat.
It's 2025. Boss babes is not a thing. We're in our soft girl era. Nobody wants to be a boss babe. We all just want to well, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I just want to cover myself in blankets and read smut on my Kindle. So if you're with me, shoot me a water emoji in the comments. She's basically trying to say in this Instagram story that her friend Molly, who has her own business, is oh, if I scale, I don't get residual income and there's a lot of work and all this stuff. And Holly is trying to say oh, in Make Wellness, you get all this residual income. And we all know that is false. You have to constantly be hustling. It's just a hot mess. Anyway, her caption says, if you are in the wellness space, online or in person, and interested in adding in peptides to elevate your customers' results and scale your income, this is the most insane opportunity. This is the woman who said last week that this is not a network marketing company. So why are you trying to recruit people? Holly Hillier, you are a liar. I have reached my limit. Okay. I have reached my maximum yapping quotient for the day, and I need to lay down under blankets and read smut. I have so many ideas for content. I'm never going to run out of content. I feel like MLMs, while they are dying, there are so many scams and so many scammers out there, and there will always be people trying to scam people so that they can live a life of ease and profit off of other people's labor. So I will never run out of stuff to talk about. I can't even get through more than a couple Instagram stories because of all the delusion and all of the gaslighting and the deceptiveness in these claims that I have to call out, and the trauma it ignites in me, the memories it ignites in me of being in these MLMs myself, or being in Beachbody at least. I don't really have any trauma from being in Mary Kay because I didn't truly try. And I was in college and I was just I like makeup. I do want to say, if that person, I haven't seen you comment again. I don't know where you are in your journey. I know you were looking at anti-MLM content and your director said Mary Kay was not an MLM, and I told you, yes, it is. I don't know if you are too scared to come back or if you're lurking and not commenting, but I just want to let you know that it's okay. You're not stupid. You're not a bad person. You're not dumb for getting sucked into this. I was sucked into it twice. I was sucked into Mary Kay. I was sucked into Beachbody. I was sucked into manifestation, and It's embarrassing the amount of personal development programs I paid for. I wish I could get all that money back. I wish I could get all those years back, but I can't. So this is why I do this. I hope that you feel supported in my content and that you don't feel like shamed. Anyone who's ever been in an MLM, or if you're currently in one and you're watching this and maybe you're too scared to comment, I'm here for you, and I hope my content is supportive to you. I watched anti-MLM content when I was coming out, and it really helped me because seeing these Huns all saying the same things, no matter what MLM they were in, really helped me realize the manipulation tactics. Seeing someone point out the manipulation tactics really helped me. And the reason I wanted to contribute my voice to this is because some of the most successful anti-MLM content creators have never been in an MLM. And I love their stuff. I love Hannah Alonso. I love Cece Suarez. I think they're amazing, and I highly recommend their content. They also will never understand what it's like to be brainwashed, to be in it. There is something, we have been in the trenches, those of us who've been in a cult, whether it's a product-based commercial cult like an MLM or like a religious cult or any other kind of cult. When you come out of it, it is a specific journey, and having gone through that gives you a perspective on it that you can't have unless you've gone through it. So that is why I'm using my voice to talk about this, because it's different. They will never understand. And I wrote my MLM story and sent it to Hannah, and that was incredibly therapeutic for me, just writing out everything. And she did put it in one of her MLM horror stories videos, and I was actually the thumbnail, like former body coach spills tea or something. Like, so if you watch that, I remained anonymous, but you'll know it's me because it's like the body opera singer. So yeah, that was me. And that was a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, before I started my channel. So it was very helpful, and I'll always be grateful to that. So what I'm trying to say is what they do is incredible and important and has been incredibly helpful to me. And we need more voices from people who have been in it, because we get it. And if you are in an MLM and you're trying to find your way out, please, feel free to reach out to me. DM me on Instagram. I'm Bethany B. Soprano. I think I'm that on TikTok too. Wherever you want to reach out to me, I'll listen to you if you have questions, or if you just feel like you don't know how to get out and you need someone to talk to. I'm here for you. So it's all love here, it's all love to people that are coming out of this. It's hard and it's scary and it's a very emotional journey out. So I know I got a little serious there at the end. That's it for me today. Kiss your pets on their fuzzy little heads for me, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
What does perfect even mean?